A very good evening to our esteemed chief guest of the event, participants, and the August audience who are with us at the Valedictory function of National Virtual Client Counseling Competition. Today, we have with us Advocate Sumit Chander sir, an eminent name in the legal industry across India. I would like to take this privilege to introduce the chief guest of the event. Sumit Chander sir is an expert in the field of alternative dispute resolution. He frequently appears on various national news channels such as India Today News and Aaj Tak. Sir believes very strongly in a saying that work until you no longer have to introduce yourself. His area of practice includes all kinds civil and commercial cases ranging from arbitration, property, matrimonial, recoveries, writ petitions, public interest litigations, etc. Sir was appointed as legal aid counsel to give free legal advice to the convicts at Tihar jail. Sir has filed and they succeed in the famous PIL Rakesh Kumar Agrawal versus National Law School of India University, Bangalore, which led to establish 40 new courts in Delhi, and this was recorded in various national papers as well. Sir, we are truly honored to have you as a judge at the final round as well as the chief guest at the virtual National Client Counseling Competition. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation despite of your busy schedule. Now I request Assistant Professor and the Coordinator of LAC as well as the event, Mr. Darshan Pandya, to offer a formal welcome address.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vaishaki. Uh, I am very delighted to share that Faculty of Law, GLS University, every year organize the National Client Counseling Competition, and we received overwhelming support from various esteemed law institutes from across the India. Total 32 teams in this year from different regions who participated in this event. The event divided into four rounds: prelim rounds, quarter, semi, and final rounds. The motto of this competition is intended to explore the client lawyer interaction skills and to improve the problem analyzing techniques of the students and giving the such information which a client would like to know regarding his legal problem in cases. In order to satiate the client, the lawyer is expected to have excellent listening and advisory skill required to conduct a successfully client interview. It is said a client does not care how much you know until they know how much you care. So, as lawyers, when clients approach us, the first meeting is always about comfortable. We make them feel and how concerned we are about their problems. Now, we know we all are eagerly waiting to hear Mr. Sumit Chander, the practicing advocate and well known practicing lawyer in Supreme Court of India, to share your views, sir, in a final round and being a chief guest of this validity function. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Darshan, and thank you, Vaishaki and Dr. Binod Das. See, client counseling is a very, very important aspect in a lawyer's profession. When a client comes to you, of course, today you have Google lawyers, they do their research and come. But a client, when they come to you, they come with a lot of hope. Google can only tell you to a certain extent about the law or the issues they have faced. But when they actually come to a lawyer, they expect the lawyer to guide them very practically as to the aspects of their case and how to take it forward, what is the best way out, and what actually happens in the court. In today's clients' discussions, which I had seen in the last round, of course, I had given my views to the students at that stage itself. But small things which we tend to ignore, and you must keep in mind as counsels when you advise your clients. See, when a client comes to you, he's come with a very, very open mind. He doesn't know what the law is. So, of course, or both the students, both the parties, the participants, very clearly had explained to them the remedies available. It is not only about the knowledge of law that the client wants to hear from you. It is also the client wants, that is the stage where the client will develop confidence in you, which is the most important aspect. And how do you make that confidence develop in the client? Is by first making the client feel comfortable, not to ask him questions as if to cross examine. Every step Keep advising him that I'm now being the devil's advocate here. If the other side was to ask these questions, they may result in so and so situation, and it is only for this reason, to protect you, I am asking you these questions. So of course you are to ask those questions. They are important for you to win the case. At the same time, while you ask these questions, while you ask for the documents, it is extremely equally important that you keep assuring the client at each stage that you are asking these questions not because you don't trust the client, but because these facts would help you win the case later when it comes to the court. That is one aspect. Second, when you are talking to the client, nowadays you must, mediation, like in your situation also it had come up. In fact, one of the parties, one of the councils had also advised mediation, ADR being a very important aspect. Please refer them to mediation, no harm. But at the same time, keep in mind that you can talk to the client about mediation. Don't stress too much upon anything. Do not force your opinion on a client. It is the client's decision eventually. What factors may impose upon the client, that only the client knows. From your end, it is your responsibility to make the client aware of all the remedies available for him, the advantages and disadvantages of all the remedies available to them, and then advise them. And after you have given your advice, leave it for the client to finally take that call. When you do in such a manner, giving the assurance in between your sentences that you are doing it for his benefit, the client would benefit, the client will start developing confidence in you, which is very, very important. Otherwise, he doesn't know. Uh, there are so many lawyers. Why should he trust you? So focus on those aspects. And one more thing which I feel you should always do when a client comes to you. In this case, I have seen the participants really have worked and done very well. Is that you've studied the law. You're very sure about what you're advising. You're not trying to beat around the bush. But whatever you advise, your advice should normally not be a straightforward assurance, because the moment you will give an assurance to a client, the client will have that kind of an expectation. If that expectation does not get fulfilled, say you give an assurance that you will be able to achieve certain amount of money for him, and later in the case you're not able to achieve it, it will only create that mistrust for future with your client, and that reputation that now has sunk in the mind of the client, that the council had given me false assurance and false hopes initially, will then spread over, and you, for future clients who may have otherwise come to you, would not be referred by this client. Your client counseling also is important because the client totally relies upon you to guide him through the entire channel of the process. The client expects that you are aware, that you are experienced, and from your experience, you are sharing to them the practical aspects. So, whenever you advise a client, tell them that normally in such situations, the court goes in certain direction or awards so and so amount, and that is why you're confident that in your, given the facts of your case, you should be able to achieve to the maximum for the client. So keep these small things. I think you all were wonderfully prepared and you've put it very, very well. So just keep these small tips and improve yourself, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors as well. Now I'm told that I have to declare the results as well, am I right? Right. So I'll quickly tell you the results for today's for the competition that has taken place and which has been wonderfully organized and conducted. The winners of the virtual client counseling competition under the various categories are: for the best advocate, it is Team 16, Counselor 2, Mr. Karandhwaj Singh. Congratulations. The winner of this counseling, virtual client counseling competition, the team is TM11, and runners up is TM25. So these are the results, and I wish all the best to all the teams, and I must appreciate the wonderful way they have conducted themselves. And it's a wonderfully conducted and organized uh, event. So, all the best, and thank you for making me part of this competition. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations to all the winners. Now I would like to request Mr. Darshan Pandya to kindly tell the college names of the winners.
Yes, from quarter to final round, actually, it is a very tough competitions between all the teams. But there are total 32 teams. Out of 32, 8 teams are qualified for the quarter rounds, and then 4 teams are qualified for the semi-final. The best 2 teams are qualified for the final rounds, and the team 11, actually, the winning team is OP Jindal Global University, and runner-up team is a government law college, Thrissur. So actually, it's congratulations to both the team and all the participating team, because they actually doing wonderfully, wonderful. Thank you to
Thank
each
you,
and every
sir.
team.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Now I would like to request Dr. Binod Das to offer a formal vote of thanks. Sir, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vaishaki. Good evening to all. Honorable guest Sumit Chander sir, Director, Faculty of Law, Moiri Madam, participants from all over the country, faculty members and the students. Let me remember way back in 1623, William Shakespeare had written a play. The play was All is Well That Ends Well. Shakespeare's play proved right in our program. Our program ended well, nicely, and with all perfections. For this, we are obliged to many participants, many stakeholders. At the outset, we express a deep gratitude to the chief guest of the function, Sumit Chander sir, who, despite his busy schedule, who agreed to come here and grace our occasions. Sir, we are really thankful to you. And rightly, you have told that there are basic difference between the Google lawyer and the practicing lawyer. There are basic difference, and our students will remember definitely for the whole life. Next, we express thankfulness to our director, Moiri Madam. Unfortunately, because of her busy schedule and preoccupations, she could not join us. But she has, throughout the program, she has guided us to how to organize this event meticulously and perfectly. Thank you, Madam, for the constant support and the guidance. Next, I will say that this program would not have been successful without the huge participation of all the teams from across the country. We got representation from the 13 states and 32 teams. We are thankful to all the participants and all the contestants who tremendously performed well and made this program highly successful. We expect a similar participation of the teams in our future events. Our relationship will continue with them forever. There is no end of relationship now. Next, I must say that we must admit that our program would not have been successful without the real hard work of the legal aid team. The preparations for this program started a month ago. The legal aid teams, both the students and volunteers and the faculty members, they worked day and night for the successful completion of this program. The tireless efforts resulted in the success of this event. Last, I must tell that the faculty members of our Faculty of Law who supported us academically throughout the program and admin staffs who provided logistic arrangements, we are really obliged to them, both the faculty members as well as the admin staffs. At the end, I must say that the collective efforts of all the stakeholders resulted in the successful completion of this program. Thus, we are thankful to all of you. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you.